You're listening to the 142nd edition of the Bitachon podcast, and we will continue right now in chapter 33, verses 21 and 22 of Tehillim, of Psalms, and we have two pasukim back to back that speak about Bitachon, speak about our faith in Hashem. Ki vo yismach libenu, ki b'shem kodshei v'tachnu. The first passuk speaks in third person and says, in Him, in God, will our heart rejoice, for we have trusted in His holy name. When we trust in Hashem's holy name, we are guaranteed that we'll have great simcha, we'll have great joy. In the following passuk, Yehi chazdecha Hashem aleinu kasher yichalnu lach. We say to Hashem, directly, first person, Hashem, let your kindness be upon us. And let it be upon us, ka'asher yichalnu lach. Now the word ka'asher, we'll see, can be understood in a few different ways, but ka'asher yichalnu lach, let your kindness be upon us, perhaps because of the fact that we have trusted you, or in accordance with how much we have trusted you. In any event, we ask Hashem to be kind to us, because we have trusted. And what is the result of that trust? The result, as we saw in the first passuk, is great joy. Now let's see together some of what the Meforshim say. The Radak says, Kishayatzilenu min harois, yismach boi libenu. When Hashem saves us from negative realities, our heart will rejoice. As we saw previously, when we recognize, when we realize that Hashem is with us, that Hashem is helping us, that Hashem is saving us, so the resulting recognition of Hashem, akaras hatov, the thanks that we have for God, for His kindness, is very great. It causes great joy. Ki atshua ba'a lanu mi'itoi, b'shem kodshei v'tachnu. Exactly what the Radak means, I'm not precisely sure, but I'll give it a shot. Once we recognize that the salvation came from Hashem, so it causes us joy. And why does this come in the first place? It's because we trusted in Hashem's name to begin with. And now there's two possible ways to understand what the Radak is saying. One is that by trusting in Hashem, the result is that we receive our salvation, and that we therefore rejoice. That's one way of understanding it. Another way of understanding it is that because we are trusting in Hashem, we are looking out for the fact, we are searching for, we are bound to recognize that He's the one who's doing it, and that causes great joy. Meaning Hashem is doing it anyway, in this second understanding. Hashem is going to take care of us. Hashem is going to save us. The question is, do we notice it? Do we see it? So if we're trusting in Hashem, what's the passuk? Ki vo yismach libenu, ki b'shem kodshei v'tachnu. We will rejoice. We will rejoice because we have trusted in you, Hashem. We will rejoice because we're looking for your hand. We're looking for the fact that you are taking care of us, and we believe that you are, and we know that you are, and you are. And we see it more because we think about it this way. Brings here Rav Avram ben Ramach. Hakavana. Says Rav Avram ben Ramach, what is the idea here? Ki behidbakenu boy. When we attach ourselves to Hashem, Yasir tirleisenu v'chol tleisenu. Hashem will remove all of our distractions, all of our troubles. V'yisameach v'yismach sichleinu. And our intellect, our spiritual side, will rejoice because we get what we need, we get what we want, we get our desires, and we get to serve Hashem. We're in a relationship with God. What could be more joyful than that? And we will attain this perfection will attain this perfection, the shleimus, the perfection that we're speaking about here, is the joy, right? The joy of completeness, better than the word perfection. We will attain this completeness because we trusted in God's holy name, Shu Shem HaMiyuchad, HaMoireh Al Atzmusoi, which is, the holy name of Hashem is the name Yud-Kei Vav-Kei, which represents the essence, the greatest thing that we can possibly understand as we try to understand God, as we try to relate to God. Hashem is Hoya, Hoive, V'yeh. God was, He is, He will be. He's beyond time, but He is within time, which really means, and it's the name of Rachamim, it's the name of God's mercy. So it really means that God is in our lives. God is outside of time, He's beyond time, He's transcendent, but at the same time, He's inside of the reality that we inhabit. God is here with us. God is taking care of us. And so when we recognize that, when we have a relationship with Hashem, we recognize that He's merciful God, and that He's here beside us, that's incredible joy. That's unbelievable. Everything is complete. We have everything we need, because Hashem is at our side. The Alshich says, Ach kasher nizke, ki vo yismach libeinu, when we merit, that we rejoice, our heart rejoices. If we're on the level, so we will rejoice, our heart will rejoice as well. What does the heart refer to? Shagam alev hachomri, yismach ba yizbarach. The heart is our emotions. The heart is our feelings. The heart represents our nature, our humanity, our humanness. When we are on a level, when we are trusting Hashem, and when we are relating to Hashem, so the result is that even the physical aspect of ourselves rejoices in that relationship. Where does that joy come from? It comes from an abundance of faith, because we trusted in Hashem. Says the Alshich, the good that Hashem will provide for us won't just be that we won't have problems, or that Hashem will take away our problems, Hashem will remove our enemies. It's not just going to be a removal of the negative things in our lives. But rather, as the next passuk says, which we'll study as well, we ask Hashem that His kindness should be with us as we wanted. Right? What does a human being want? Not just that he shouldn't have any troubles. Not just that the challenges that he faces should go away. We want to thrive. We want to prosper. We want to have everything good. We want to experience Hashem in our lives. We want to experience prosperity. We want everything good for our kids. They should succeed in life. Not just that the troubles that we have should be removed. Challenges that we face should be limited. No, we want more than that. That's what a human being wants. So, let your kindness be with us as we hoped to you, as we really want it to be. That's the Alshich. The Be'er Avram says, Yomar kivoy yismach libeinu. Pasuk says, in Hashem will our heart rejoice. Because this level of hashgacha, there are different levels of divine providence, as we spoke about in previous weeks. This level that we're speaking about is where we experience a direct divine intervention. We experience, we know it's Hashem doing it. We see it, we feel it. So that kind of experience, when it's not something you have to figure out. It's not something that comes through another person. It's clearly direct. Hashem is in my life. He's taking care of me. That type of hashgacha, that type of divine providence, that type of experience of a human being, there's nothing that causes a person to rejoice more than that. Pasuk says in Tehillim, chapter 91, verse 14, Asagveyu, I will experience an incredibly prosperous moment, prosperous experience, because Hashem knows my name. Meaning, when I feel Hashem is in my life, Hashem is taking care of me, Hashem is doing for me directly, wow. That's just awesome. And how does it come? It comes because we trust in Hashem's name. Why does Hashem give us open, divine providence, divine intervention in our lives? How do we see it? As we've been speaking about, it comes because we're looking for it. It comes because we're trusting in Him. It comes because we're trying to live a life in consonance with His will. All of these things lead to the most incredible joy, the experience of godliness in our lives. Here he brings from the Chomes Hadas. Umama oid tzarich adam l'smoyach b'shah she'oiseh is mitzvah mitzvahs Hashem yisbarach u'mevarich shemay aleh. When we have a chance to do a mitzvah, we have a chance to fulfill one of God's commandments, it should fill us with so much joy. We should just be floating. We're guaranteed, says the Chomes Hadas, we're guaranteed that if we fulfill Hashem's will and we make a blessing, you sanctified us with your commandment, and you commanded us to do this commandment. Here we are, we're doing it right now. We're commanded to involve ourselves in words of Torah. Hashem promises wherever you do this, wherever you bless Him, wherever you act in accordance with His will, God's blessings will come into your life. Wherever Hashem's name is mentioned, I will come and I will bless you, God says. Right now, we're standing in front of God and we are doing God's will. Let's say a person would be chosen to be an important person in the government. Under a king, the king instructs him to take certain actions on behalf of the kingdom. What an honor. I'm able to do that for the kingdom. Wow. And the king sees his work, sees his accomplishment, and the king says, right, it's a mashal for Hashem, and the king says, very good work, unbelievable, you have done such a great service for our country. How much joy would a person have? He would feel so satisfied, he would feel so good. Certainly in this matter, think about it. Who are we standing in front of right now as we say a word of Torah, as we try to fulfill Hashem's mitzvahs, His commandments? Who are we standing in front of? Who are we serving? We need to contemplate. We're standing in front of the God of the heavens and the earth. He's the master of all the legions, the heavenly hosts, the angels above, and all of the creatures, and all of life. He's the master of everything. So first of all, contemplate the opportunity that I have for a mitzvah, the opportunity that you have for a mitzvah. Further contemplate, who am I serving? I'm serving the creator of the world. But not only that, this creator, this awesome being is the one who cares about us. He's the one who created this world for us. He's the one who takes care of each and every one of us in this world. All of my joy and happiness in this world, all of my success in this world and in the next world depends on Hashem's help, depends on God's assistance. So this type of thought, this type of contemplation causes a person to rejoice. That's what the passuk says. Our heart will rejoice in Hashem because we have trusted in Hashem. So the bitachon that we have is like it's a source of contemplation. It's a moment of inspiration. We're having bitachon. We're thinking. We're contemplating. We're in a relationship with the Creator of the world. We're serving the Creator of the world. We're striving to understand His will. Beautiful. Now the Malbim says, Kivoy yismach libenu, in Him will we rejoice. Kivoy she'ein techeles l'Hashem damel techeles l'Adam. It's specifically in Him that we rejoice. It's only in God that we can really rejoice when we're looking for somebody to help us. You can't compare it to the news that you get that that person's going to help you. When a person hopes that another person will help them, and that person does not come through immediately, becomes sad. Because when there's another human being, I don't know for sure that person will help me. I don't know for sure that person can help me. Maybe that person won't be able to in the end, or maybe the person won't want to, will change his mind. But if our trust in Hashem, if our trust is in Hashem, so then we can have incredible joy. Even though we didn't get immediately that which we desire. Because when we trust in Hashem, bitachon chazak, an absolute confidence, Hashem will certainly save us. His holy name is called upon us. We're His people. We're His nation. His holy nation. We fulfill His mitzvahs. We fulfill His commandments. Certainly, He will take care of us. Pasuk says in Yirmiyahu, chapter 14, verse 9, it says, your name is called upon us. Don't let us down. Don't drop us. So we have a guarantee. We know Hashem placed His name on us. We know that whoever has God's name upon him, he's guaranteed. It's going to be good for him. So that's a source, once again. That trust, the type of contemplation, the type of recognition is a source for tremendous joy. Finally, here on this passuk, and we'll continue Bezrat Hashem next week with the passuk, the second passuk, Yehi chazak Hashem aleinu kasher yichanu lach. The last idea on this passuk about rejoicing in our trust in Hashem. It's from Reb Chaim Palaji. He says like this: we could explain based on that which it says in Sefer Reishis Chachma, when he talks about incredible advantages of having bitachon. Somebody who trusts in Hashem merits to have the midah, a character trait of kindness. Meaning, they merit to have Hashem's kindness manifest upon them. Like Like the verse says, which we studied together. Someone who trusts in Hashem is surrounded by kindness. V'zeu mitzad ha'emunah, shemamin b'shmei hagadol. Why does this occur? Why does this happen? Why does a person merit to have God's kindness? It's because the person believed in God's great name. Like we say over here, B'shem kodshoi Bitachon. The result of Bitachon is a life of joy. No worries. I don't have to worry about anything. I can always be happy. See over there, 12th chapter, he speaks about it at length. This is the understanding of the verse. This verse, our verse, that we will rejoice in Hashem. Our heart will rejoice. Right? The heart is the place of emotion. The heart is the place of naturally feeling worry, of feeling sad. No sadness, no worry. Why? Because we placed our trust in Hashem, in Hashem's name. The result of our trust in Hashem is that we merit to have incredible joy. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you again next time.